One of the features of StudyLuke.com is a review of each chapter in Luke. This review is intended to provide a summary of the chapter after you have read and researched it. It is intended to reinforce your study. You can pause or repeat any part of it as you have need. The first chapter of Luke has three main sections. Luke starts with a short introduction. Then he narrates two key events. One is the birth of John the Baptist, both its announcement and the event itself. The other is the announcement of Jesus' birth to Mary. The birth of these two sets the stage for the rest of Luke's Gospel. Let's look closer at each section, starting with the introduction. These first 4 verses are very important, revealing Luke's purpose in writing his Gospel. Luke says in verse 1 that he is providing a narrative. This narrative came from events delivered by eyewitnesses. Luke claims he is narrating actual events, not just some legend. Luke writes to Theophilus, which means lover of God. We may not know much about Theophilus, but we do know that Luke wanted him to be certain about the instruction he had received concerning Jesus. This gospel provides lovers of God today with the same certainty about Jesus' life. Luke then focuses attention on the birth of John the Baptist. He begins his account with the announcement of John's birth. As Zacharias serves in the temple in Jerusalem, an angel appears to him and announces John's birth. This is extraordinary news because Elizabeth, his wife, had been childless. John is to have a great mission. He is commissioned by God to prepare the people. He will turn them to the Lord. When Zacharias asks for proof of John's birth, Gabriel tells him he will be mute until the day John is born. Zacharias emerges from the temple unable to speak, but as promised, Elizabeth conceives a child. 6 months into Elizabeth's pregnancy, the scene shifts to Nazareth, north in Galilee. Gabriel now appears to Mary to announce the birth of Jesus. She will conceive, bring forth a child, and name him Jesus. He will be Son of the Highest, God's Son. He will rule on David's throne, and his rule will never end. This all sounds just like the Messiah Israel had been awaiting. When Mary asks how she can give birth since she had not had relations with a man, Gabriel tells her that God would accomplish this through his power. She would conceive as a virgin. The stage is now set for John's birth. Mary visits Elizabeth, and 3 months later John is born. As promised, Zacharias' tongue is loosed. He regains his speech, and the chapter ends with a prophecy of blessing for the children of Israel through John's ministry. He will be a prophet. He will prepare the way of the Lord, and he will provide his people with the knowledge of salvation. This concludes the review of Chapter 1. You are ready to study Chapter 2. Remember that any time you have a question about what you have studied, you can select the Question button at the lower left hand of the page, fill out the pop-up form, and submit your question to us. We will send you an email reply as quickly as we can.